Hope you're all doing good. In this video, we will talk about the index clustering configuration process. All right, I had already created a video on search head clustering process, configuration of search head clustering. That is also a really important concept as far as the Splunk is concerned, and you can expect these two questions in the interviews. One is search head clustering configuration process. Second would be the index clustering configuration process. Okay. Apart from this, I had also created more videos as far as the interview questions are concerned, and other videos on Splunk. Do refer all the videos to get more understanding on Splunk. All right, so let's talk about this particular concept today, index clustering. Okay, configuration process of index clustering. Again, I would like to mention this is a really important concept. All right, to start with, first of all, we have to enable the master node here. Okay, the process, how do you do that? First of all, we all know how Splunk works, right? On the right hand side, you have settings option where you will be performing a majority of the activities in Splunk, right? So to start up this process also, what we have to do first, you have to click on settings in the upper right corner of Splunk web, right? We have settings on the upper right corner. So click on settings, and in the distributed environment group, click indexer clustering. Okay, so you will see distributed environment, and then there you have to click on index clustering. So this is where process starts with this index clustering. So after that, you have to select the enable master node, enable indexer clustering, and then select master node and click on next. So till here you'll be performing on the settings. Okay, you go to settings and go to the index clustering, and then enable index clustering. Then you have to select the master node and click on next. Okay, after that the process move forward when you doing the process of index clustering, right? So a very important thing, there are a few fields to fill out. Okay, so couple of them are replication factor and search factor, and then security key, and you have to click enable master node, and also you have to go to server controls and do the necessary changes, right? So if I talk about each and every criteria that you have to meet here, first is replication factor, right? So you need to meet the replication factor criteria and search head factor criteria. Okay, so just to remind you, in search head clustering process, which we were discussed already, so in search head clustering you will be meeting only replication factor, not search head, not the search factor, right? But in index clustering, you have to meet both the scenarios of the replication factor and search factor. Both of them you have to meet. All right, so what is replication factor? Replication factor is nothing but number of copies that the system determines is called replication factor. Okay, and by default replication factor is 3, right? So after that, for more information on the replication factor, you can refer a lot of documents, and I also shared the previous video explained about replication factor and search factor. Okay, so after replication factor, you also have to meet the search factor criteria as well. Now, what is search factor? Total number of copies, immediately searchable copies that the system determines is called replication. Is called the search factor. Now, by default, search factor is 2. Okay, so we have to make sure both the criterias, replication factor and search factor, should be meeting in index clustering configuration process. And after that, once this is done, you have to go to security key. This is the key this is the security key which authenticates the communication between master and the peer and the search heads. Okay, we all know you will be adding the peer, right, in the search heads, peers and search heads. The key must be the same across all cluster nodes. The value that you set here must be the same that you subsequently set on the peers and search heads as well. Okay, and after that, cluster label. You have to move to cluster label. So you can label the cluster here. Then the label is useful for identifying the cluster in the monitoring console. Okay, in the monitoring console, it will help you to identify the cluster. Okay, so this is again important concept that you have to remember. All right, so next thing would be what you will be doing. You will have to click on the enable master node, and then the messenger you will get. Okay, you will get one messenger saying you must restart Splunk for the master node to become active. Okay, you can restart Splunk from the server control. So you have to restart Splunk. Okay, we all know the restart Splunk generally happens whenever you do major changes in the configuration or within the major factors of Splunk. It will ask you to restart. That is the process. Right. So after you restart, click go to server controls. This takes you to the settings page where you can initiate the restart, and then you have to make sure there's one important point here is that when the master starts up for the first time, okay, if it is starting for the first time, it will block indexing on the peers until you enable the restart. Okay, the full replication factor number of peers. Okay, do not restart the master while it is waiting for peers to join the cluster. If you do, in case let's imagine you have done it. Okay, if you do, you will need to restart the peers second time. Okay, you have to restart peer in the second time. Okay, this is the simple understanding process of configuration of index clustering, right? So this is how you actually do it. Okay, you can just represent this way when you are whenever you are answering in the interviews. This will definitely help you, and if you can answer this process, I'm sure you will be interviewer will be impressed with your answer for sure. All right, so that's all I have in this specific video, friends. So I hope this will help you, and I will come back with another video soon. Thanks for watching.